Hey now. All right, we're gonna do a call review on a call that I ended up getting two listings out of that started in a pretty rough way. So bear with me one second. I'm gonna play it for you.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, James, how are you?
Good.
All right, so your house on 9 Barnes, I just got briefed on it. You're looking to get 520 in your pocket, right?
525. Yeah.
525. Okay. Okay. I'll pull the info on it. She said you want a deposit before. I didn't understand that part. So can you explain that to
I'm
me?
not signing any real estate or anybody.
Okay.
Okay. So I don't know who you are. I don't know who you represent. I mean, I've had lots of phone calls from.
All right, so immediately I can identify this is super simple. Um, he's a anti-commitment person. I'm not signing with anybody, anybody, like nobody. He's not signing with anybody. So that's a anti-commitment person. So now I just get to, as this is like poker, as we're getting in information, we're narrowing the field of potential hands that he has, potential resistance that they're going to have. Because before I talk to him, I don't know any of his resistance other than maybe some notes that I'm given from the cold caller.
Real estate people. I
Okay.
contacted one person and I got 9,000 real estates. They all want me to sign a contract. I'm not signing a contract. Sorry.
Okay. So what's the
Money
goal for
first,
you?
deposit, then I sign a contract with that one individual and the real estate if has to be. That's
Okay.
it.
So okay. All right. So I just so I understand. You don't want to what you're saying is you don't want to commit to a realtor, but if a realtor brings you somebody,
Not a
then
problem.
not a problem. Okay. All right. And you're looking at
So I confirmed my suspicion right there. That's what I did.
going to sell your house for 525. All right. Yeah. So listen, I'm gonna give you the lowdown because I'm a straight shooter. I I'll check out the house if it's valuable to me, or if I have a buyer, maybe I'll send somebody. You're you're doing yourself a disservice, I think, by not picking a realtor and just putting it out there. I think you think you're saving money, but
No, there's no rush. There's no rush. Here's the problem. There's no rush, and you guys need houses. So
All right, I'm already starting to establish two things. He's going to be rough with me. He's going to think I'm coming for the hard sell. So I want to show authority and disinterest. That's the most important thing is I know what I'm talking about and I don't care if he believes it. I just need to tell him for his own good. Okay, that's how I'm building a rapport because I'm not hard selling him. I'm just trying to teach him. And I honestly don't care if he works for me or not. That's the tone I want to give because that's the only way he's gonna listen because he's afraid of commitment. Therefore, anything where like it's like I'm telling him to get his business is going to get pushback.
that no, but we don't need houses. We need listings. So like the difference is
whatever.
okay. Well, I just listen. If you don't want to chat about it, it's okay. But I just want to give you some advice, and then we can go on with our lives. Like I'm here to straight shoot. I like to make sure my conscience is clean at the end of a conversation. Um, but I own Remax Integrity. I have three.
So, key points. We can go on with our lives. So I'm pushing away and I want my conscience to be clean, meaning I'm just telling you this so that I feel like I did everything I could to benefit you. That's the message I'm sending is he wants to push me away, I push him way further, but I just want to make sure he understands something when he leaves me. That's how I'm working this one.
Locations. I teach realtors day in and day out. I know what will help you. I
I'm
know.
not a realtor, so I don't need the education on that. I just
Well,
need to buy.
Okay, but you want the most amount of money possible, right?
You got it.
Like you said. So if I could get you 600, you wouldn't take it.
What?
What's that? If I could
What'd
get
you
you
say?
600, you wouldn't take it. You want 525.
600? I'll take 600 too. More the merrier.
Right. So you want the most amount of money possible that the market could give you,
Yes.
right? The only way you can do that is you present it to the whole world and you let all the realtors work for you and you use that marketing money to make you more money. For the same reason that Nike.
So I'll
Doesn't
just go on
pay-
MLS and repost my own listing.
Okay, yeah, do that. I think, yeah. You're going to hit a bunch of pitfalls along the process, but I'm here to help people. You don't sound like somebody that knows that they know less than an expert. So,
I called him out. So, because I'm pushing away, I'm able to say the harsh thing in a loving way, which was, you don't sound like someone that knows that they know less than an expert. And now I'm putting in front of him the flaws he's standing in. That's what I'm doing. And I'm pushing, like I'm pushing away with love.
I'm just trying to give you some advice. We get hired because we make more money for you than we charge. And I may have 10 buyers, but you're better off presenting it with a professional to 1,000 buyers.
Okay.
I buy 10 houses a month. You know what I do with them? I own a real estate brokerage. I have 3 offices. I have 30 agents that work for me. I don't just go, hey, whoever brings me, I literally offer money out to everybody to incentivize them to bring me people. I don't keep it in house. I make sure that I'm generous because I know it makes me more money. That's how I profit with my own houses that I list because we're constantly flipping houses. So I'm just offering the same thing that I would do for myself to you.
Okay. And what's the sell?
The sellers, I come, I sit down, we have some cannolis, I see the situation, I see the house, and I tell you how I can make you the most amount of money possible. I see if we're a good fit together, if we're going to work well together. Because if we don't communicate well together, it's still not going to work. You wouldn't get any of my value if we're not like a team. Do you know what I mean? So we'd have to see if we're a good fit, see if you trust me, see if you want to work with me, and then we give it a shot and we try to make you money and get you where you want to go. Where do you want to go?
I don't know yet.
Okay. All right. So you're going to stay on the island or you're going to head south?
Probably not south.
Okay. Nice. All right. Listen,
Florida's untouchable right now.
What's that?
I think Florida's untouchable for me.
Florida's tough. Yeah. I mean, they're
All right, so I got him to open up a little bit. He's starting to tell me about his thoughts of where he might go and things like that. So I've broken past the first rough layer.
their market is getting soft though, but it's still a pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interest rates are going down, so not too soon. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so you don't even have like a timeline, right? There's no
timeline. Like I said, I offer the same thing to everybody else. You got a buyer, knock on my door, and get the ball rolling. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, if that's what you want to do, I'll keep that on my radar. And the problem is we're going to bring a buyer. You're going to be the one that's going to be getting the short end of the stick. Because it's one buyer, you're just letting one buyer compete against you. When I list a house, I have 12 offers. I just got 4 offers on a house I just listed an hour ago. You're asking one person to bring one person, and they're going to be friends with that person, and they're going to have all the tricks to bring, and they're going to also know that you're not using a realtor, so you think you're saving money, so they're going to offer less.
It's not about
So-
saving money. It's about not being tied down to a contract,
There it is again.
any one real estate.
Okay, if you're not tied down to a contract, though, then you're tied to nothing, which means that nothing's happening.
Yeah, right now I'm tied to nothing.
You know what I mean?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, what I'm saying, you're going to be in a position that is not going to be advantageous. You have to. You have.
I think there's
Listen,
an ask for every seat. You know that.
What's that?
You know there's an ask for every seat.
Right, but
Yeah.
you want everybody to see this, but you're not getting enough people to see the chairs. That's my point. You think just one guy's going to walk by and he's going to.
There's
What?
no rush here. There's no rush here.
Right, but there's also no efficiency.
That's a key thing. So when someone says there's no rush, my answer there, which was for the first time, and I'm going to use it everywhere, was, yeah, there's no rush, but there's also no efficiency. So they think that because there's no rush, the good is going to come, but because they're doing things in a disorganized, makeshift way, they're not maxing out their circumstances. So that's something that we all should keep in our tool belt. I don't know where it came from, just came out of my body.
You might not have a rush, but it doesn't mean you're doing it right.
guys,
What I would
you know,
do is, what's that?
It's up to you. I mean, you can knock on my door and tell me it's $550 and take $600,000. I don't care what you do with the $50,000. I made a little bit more money, and you made money. Happy.
You'd be making more money on an arbitrary number that you made up. If the house is worth 600, wouldn't you want to take 600?
Well, I'm looking for a certain price, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking to rape
So
everybody.
why don't we do this?
else.
Here's what I would do. Here's what I would do for you. I would list your house for 2 weeks. You can fire me after 2 weeks. We list your house for 2 weeks. If you get 600, you give 75,000 to charity.
And what's the stipulation for 2 weeks?
2 weeks. I'm your realtor for 2 weeks. You have a 2 week commitment. That's less than even online. That's less than online dating. Listen, I got a feeling. What's that?
When would you do this?
Whenever it's right for your life, I'd have to sit down. I'd have to see the house, sit down, make a plan with you. So I'd have to spend an hour with you, and go over the process, talk it out. We see if we first. We got to see if we enjoy each other, and then we'd spend 2 weeks. We'd spend 2 weeks on the listing. If it didn't work out, I'm done, and you can go back to the old plan.
Now, here's the super key thing. Did you see how long that silence was? That was the moment in which whoever spoke first lost, right? If I would have just succumbed to that empty silence, I don't know where we would have ended up. I left the silence for him to ask himself, what else? How else can I make the argue? And if I kept talking, we would have diverted from the whole thing.
Sounds good. Don't have a pen with me. I'm going to need your number.
Okay.
Can I call the number you called me on?
I don't know what they called you on, but I'll give you my cell.
79278.
No, that's them. That's not me. That's my staff. Let me give you my personal cell.
Can you email it to me?
Yeah, hold on. Let me text it to you. That's perfect. What's your cell?
That'd be perfect. 631-987-151. 1151.
Okay. 631-987-1151.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna say, hey, it's Peter Grosso. Okay, I just sent it to you. Let me know if you got it. All
Hey,
right,
great. Right?
all right. We'll talk soon.
You got it, Peter. Thank you for
All right.
your, for understanding, I hope.
All right, yeah, absolutely. I know, I get it. I get it. I appreciate that.
Yeah, now hear that. This is just a regular. He actually, in a roundabout manly way, apologized for being so rough because he was just in a state of defense because he was afraid of committing and making a mistake with that commitment. So when someone is coming at you so hard, we have to realize the place they're coming from is usually some form of fear, some form of defensiveness. And we need to not get caught up and create our own defensiveness, right? I met him where he was. He wanted to feign authority. I brought real authority. He wanted to he wanted to uh defend his fear of commitment. I met him where was he? I told him I'll do 2 weeks. You know where I ended up doing? I'm selling his house and his daughter's house now, and I just signed a 6 month listing agreement. But I met him where he was, and I built that trust. And that's because I just really wanted to share with him what he should do. And I wasn't coming from a place of neediness. I was coming from a place of needing to give, needing to help. And my comfort in my actual authority on the subject really was the most powerful thing. And that's what you have to remember is you know more and you have to act like it. You have to own it because what may happen is somebody that knows less than you, somebody's not as good as you, acts like they do, may get that listing and do worse for them. To own who you are and come at people with that type of authority and love that I did, and it goes a long way. 2 listings out of 1 angry phone call. I'll see you soon.